Oh, right then, so ETS2 multiplayer. Let's get ourselves in, I guess. Right, so I'm going to have a quick look at jobs. I don't know if anybody's going to be coming in with me today or not. Let's have a look, see. So, job market, cargo. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting about that part. Garage manager. Let's just jump from one to the next. Do a quick travel. We'll travel back. Hopefully my trailer comes with me. Certainly does. Let's have a look at jobs then, see if we've got anything now. Yes, indeed we do. Budapest down through to Hungary. That might be a nice little trek, actually. 18-hour drives, not too bad. I was thinking of maybe doing some shorter runs today, but yeah, they're all quick deliveries there. Which kind of sucks. Let's have a look here. Maybe do that one. Krakow. Or however you pronounce it. Okay, so we'll take that. Okay, where are we going? Back on myself. Alright, so we're going to go down the road now, pick up the goods. My dash isn't tuned in. Get that sorted if we can. Come on, wake up. Loading on up. Ooh. Right. Let me tab out a second because I've got to change some settings which I just noticed. Gives people a chance to join in if anybody wants to join in. Where is my other window gone? There it is. I see headlights. Right, so we'll make a move. We've got 782 litres on board, 582 miles to cover. Shouldn't take us too long. We should get some daylight soon as well. Changed my truck as well. Well, not in a Scania, which is a miracle. We're now in a Volvo. Thought we'd have a bit of a change. As per usual, whenever I drive around in this game, it's always nighttime. It sucks. But it is 4:20 in the morning, so we should be getting some daylight shortly. Was close to the edge. Now it's just a matter of seeing how quick we can get through the 13 hours in game. I always forget this bit. Hopefully that'll work. So don't forget, chat is open. Feel free to say hi if you wish. Notice the clutch responds a little bit differently on this one. just people dotted all over the shop. Looks like it's a quiet day, but I think I've got the game running a little bit smoother, which is nice. We'll see if anybody joins in. If no one joins in, I'll give it an hour or so and we'll change to single player otherwise. Sit back and get the old cruise control on, I think. Still can't work out whether I've got the screen actually straight up above. Kind of bugging me because every time I look at it, it looks wonky. Yeah, that's bugging me. No, didn't look like it did anything. Keep it in between the lines. Nearly. Nearly. Oh, we've done 3 hours. We've now got 10 hours remaining, which is pretty good. Hope if anybody's watching, you've all had a good day. That's if anybody is watching. Could be very quiet out there for all I know. At least we've got the sun starting to break through now. So for the next 10 hours of driving we should have a daylight coming in, which is much preferred. I do like the way they get the sun shining through those trees. I think I've got my beacon light on. For the life of me though, nope, I don't even know what my beacon switch is. Nope. Not that I've got a beacon switched on though, but it's just bugging me because it's on the dash, which is rather silly. We're heading over to Poland. Total time for the job is 20 hours, so we've got plenty of time. Uh-oh. When did that get enabled? Turn head with look. Oh my god, I'll have to turn that off. That must be that one then. Yeah. Blinkers B. There we are then. So don't press B on the keyboard because it enables the turn head with blinker. And to 8,030, so that's another hour taken off. Time is now 5:36 in game. Now I know we've gone Italy a few times, so I plan on going north, maybe go through the Baltic area. Do something a little different. Wonder if we should take the speed limiter off. Gives a bit more flexibility. Check fuel. We've got 560, 315 to go, so yep, we're good. Now everybody's quiet today. Someone's catching me up. Down to 6 hours 44. Beep. Beep, beep. He's wandering a little bit, isn't he? 5 hours 50. That's so weird, steering from the outside. The red stop with 4 hours 50, 203 miles to go. Oops. think what we'll do on the next one, when we stop off, we'll pick up another job, but we'll take the limiter off and we'll try and make it into a bit of a speed run. Well, what do you know? There is roadworks going on for a change. 3 hours and 36. Oh my god. 3 hours and 36 remaining. 148 miles. 142 litres in the tank. It's coming about. Yeah, this is probably what, an 800, 900 litre tank. Kind of wish it was bigger. Didn't actually check that when I put the truck together. Tolls coming up. Uh-oh, that's a red. Brakes work rather well, don't they? Might have to look at the brake settings. Clutch. It's definitely a slow box in this one. Two hours 38, not too much longer left. it would seem that chat is rather quiet, so I'll be here if anybody wants to chat, say hello, they're more than welcome to. In the meantime, I'll just carry on playing the game. I don't understand why it's gone so quiet. Look out, look out! One hour and 12 to go. Good old speeding fines. Another set of toll coming up. Wow. I wrenched the old wheel around then. "42 minutes, we'll get this dropped off, we'll take another load." Jeez, I put enough of these things in. Bane of my life. Plane taken off. What a great view that was. I should have gone for outside view for that one. Whoop. That was nearly close. I missed my turning. Oh well, 10 minutes turns into 37 minutes. That's not too bad. Hello there, Gareth. How you doing? I'll keep going this way. I was going to go back on myself, but I decided not to. Hey, Super Todd, how you doing? I'm on server 3. I'm doing good, Gareth. Just having a quiet play on multiplayer. Anybody's welcome to join if they want to. Yeah, you're more than welcome to. We're in Poland at the moment. Just going to be parking up now at Krakow on server 3. Turn that off. Yeah, have a check. I can always jump. I've got a few garages around. I haven't got loads around here, unfortunately, but if I gotta jump, I gotta jump. What have you been up to, Gareth? You got any news or same old stuff? How's your gaming been going? What have you been playing? I'm not turning here. I think I'm turning, yeah, next left. The input is the van here. There's the stop. Still on the farm, are we? That farm must be busy as anything now you've been on that so much. Hey, at least it's a sound investment for that game, isn't it? Giving it plenty of time, that's for sure. Oh, too far in. Stop the trucking, I know it's terrible. Oh man, hiccups. Ugh. No problemo. Means I can tab out a second. Let's have a look at jobs, shall we? Jobs. I'm assuming you've got all DLC, by the way. Well, how did you end up with so many button boxes then? Montpellier. Don't really want to go that way. Don't want to go. Always Naples and Italy. Bologna. Blah. How many buttons on each? No problema. I'm trying to think now. So if we can get from there, maybe Sweden might be a good one. I haven't been in Sweden for a while. Oh, there we are. Tallinn. That might be good. Maybe you've got a button box fetish. You like teasing the buttons. Say no more. Definitely not. Well, I didn't think you really did, but you know, that would have been fun. Dresden. Yeah, these are all too short now, so I'm thinking either that one, however you pronounce that one. Have you made sure? Well, I put the beta on, but I've taken it back off. It's working fine for me, so unless you've got to validate your install. Ouch. Which is always a possibility. But unless there's, just check. No, there wouldn't be, would there? You're using the correct profile. You've not got anything switched on that you shouldn't be doing. Where's the rig? The rig's fine. I haven't touched anything on it for ages now. I think I'm pretty much done. Other than maybe changing the direct drive wheel for a new direct drive wheel, which is kind of like a pipe dream because I don't really need to. The only other thing I would consider changing now, what would I change on here now? I'd like a new H-pattern shifter. Don't particularly want the Fanatec one, but it seems to be the only one on the market. But I don't use the H-pattern enough to warrant changing it, so again, that's a frivolous spend. Let me have a look what I've got. Let's have a look then. So if I do Garage Manager, View Map. Okay, let's go to the, however you pronounce it, Lublin one. I can do that one. Let's travel. Or Lubin. However they decide to do Polish. The Thrustmaster is going to be no difference to this, to be honest. This is, I would say, on par with the Thrustmaster. Right, what have we got job-wise here? Oh, hold on. Is my trailer with me? No. Shoot. Trailer. Right, should be fine now. It should be all attached. Cargo. Well, I was using my own trailer. Have you got a trailer? Kind of fun using your own trailer. Don't have to, so we can do external. It's not the end of the world. Let's have a look, see what's there. Might as well have a look what jobs we got. No, don't fancy. I want to go... Definitely want to go north. Because I've been doing south all the time. No. Well, I could do one at the Finland Kotka on external. Use plastics. That's Kotka in Finland. I mean, the only other thing, what else would I change if I was going to change anything on the rig? Oh, maybe a monitor change? Then what would you go for? I don't know. You've got it, have you? There we are, grab that then. We can pick up. Right, give me a second. I'll be back now. Oh, we're back. If you're in the Discord, you can jump into the Discord server for voice if you want. That should be working. Let's go and pick up the trailers. Yeah, I can see. It's not going into the right gear for me, come on. So what have you been up to today, Super? Ugh. As I decided to change just so I was getting to the lights. Ooh, what a lovely green colour. Gonna have to go forward and tidy it up. I just think this doesn't want to go on today, does it? There we go. Oh, I'm gonna need fuel, aren't I am, because that's an 800 odd mile trip. You and your Scania, I don't know. I decided to change today. I've gone for a Volvo. This is how very daring of me. Here he comes. Right, let's keep an eye out for fuel, because knowing me, I'm probably going to run out of fuel. What about you? Hopefully you got loads of fuel, because, yeah, I didn't fill up, and I should have. Oh, and I'm limited to 56, however, I could always stop and take the limiter off. You have left the city. Let's get the old cruise control programmed in. It just works, sadly. Yeah, I've had one of those days that just work. It's got to be done though. Got to pay the bills. Got to upgrade the rig somehow. Hey, weren't you getting a new wheel? Did you get that new wheel? I'm sure it was you I was talking to about getting a new wheel, weren't you? Fanatec? Club Sport, so that's with, you get the base, a wheel, and it comes with the pedals as well, right? So I'm not quite sure what wheel it comes with that. Is this just a basic round wheel, or does it come with anything fancy? Don't know enough about the Club Sport, to be honest. That was released after I was looking at those type of wheels. Nice. So you planning a new wheel anytime soon, or are you just happy to keep the one? Or are you going to end up having multiple wheels? I'd be happy. I must admit, I do fancy getting a GT3 wheel of some form. You know, like a Formula 1 style. Because there are times just to help with immersion. That's all you need, really, is one round wheel on a GT style wheel. You're done. But I must admit, there isn't a GT wheel I kind of fancy. I kind of like the looks of the Fanatec McLaren one, but I can get it converted for OSW. But again, there's a lovely one which is made for OSWs, but if we're talking like £1,500 just for a wheel, it's like, yeah, nah, thanks. There's more than the base cost me. Look out, I'm dropping him. I need to keep looking at distance. I'll back off a little bit. Well, if you're in the Discord, you can join the Discord. There's a voice chat there if you want to. Saves you having to type then, at least if you've got voice. I'm assuming you do. Just let me know if you want to do that, and I can always pull over on the side of the road while you join in. So I've decided to put the graphics up to maximum as well, so I've got the graphics pretty much either on high or on ultra on some of them. The only thing I've done is put the, what do you call it, the scaling to 200 rather than 400. It's looking pretty good. Glad I did it. And it seems to run perfectly fine. Right, back up to 55 cruising. Kind of like this Volvo. It's a little bit slow at accelerating, but when you get it going, it gets a move on quite quickly. What have we got? 21 hours, 793 miles, and I've only got 226 litres. Yes, must remember fuel. It's going to be fun. Have a quick look at the old map. Anything coming up on the horizon? Not that I can see. That looks pretty shitty because we passed fuel back there and I wasn't paying attention. Crossing a bridge. That still looks cool. Look out, there's another truck. That's a miracle. And his yacht. Fancy man. Mind you, could have been a woman, I didn't look. Got no way of telling. Yeah, that isn't the only problem with communication in this game. Yes, you can do voice chat in game, but that's going to be ending up with people just swearing at you, which is why I don't bother with voice chat in game. And every time I meet the blimmin' train... Wow, those brakes work well. Oh, I was going to say, where's it coming from? From the left. Here it goes. It's a big sucker. You're not going to ruin too much as me and my streams are quiet. I'm not a busy streamer. Man, this thing pulls quite well. What am I carrying? Ah, that's why. Only like 8 tons. That's quite light. See all that money you spent on a wheel and you need a headset. Terrible. How much, tell me this, how much is the, oh, I know it's going to be awkward for you to type, but how much is the Club Sport wheel? Gonna have to restart. Oh, let me try and pull over somewhere. I'll tell you what, there's a... Oh, no, you can't. There's... Go on, you restart. There's actually a little garage down here I'll pull into. Not a garage, but a delivery depot. I'll go down to that. That's an area where I can least... That's really weird. Yeah, no, just restart if you want. I'll stop at this garage down at the end of the road. Just let me know when you're back in. That's PCs for you, trust me. Every time I stream, there's usually something that goes wrong. If it's not the camera not switching on when it should do, it'll be the stream not picking up the camera, or it'll be the PC just doesn't want to load in the game properly, or a configuration will change because of an update. It's just like such a pain. Sometimes you boot the computer thinking, you know what, I'll play a game, I'll stream it, and then you're there thinking, why do I bother streaming it? Because I get this much trouble every time. You know, if I was earning thousands off YouTube, I wouldn't be moaning. I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll take that hit on the chin, but it's not like I'm earning anything off this, so it's just me having fun, but sometimes it seems such a chore, you know? So 699. See, that's... I mean, still, that's cheaper than buying a 2.5, because just if you buy the 2.5, you're not going to get everything else thrown in with it, is it? On 120 quid, isn't that bad? Because you only get... If I've got this right, do you actually get 3 pedals as it is now, or do you just get 2 pedals and you add a third? Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember if the 2.5K comes with a P1 rim or not, you see. But clearly it doesn't. Yeah, you can buy it on its own. Yeah, that was it. So you get 3 pedals when you add one. So only get brake so really the brake pedal becomes then your clutch. Somebody was mentioning some of that. If what you're supposed to do is move your brake over to be your clutch, is it? And then install the load cell as your brake. But somebody was saying that you might be better off using your brake as your accelerator and your accelerator as your clutch, because it will give you a heavier feel. That's if you want a heavier feel on the accelerator. I don't know. Might be worth trying that actually, though, just to see how it performs. Just keeping my truck moving so it doesn't push me out. Well, I mean, a G29, let's face it, it is a starter wheel. It's not the most refined wheel, but for your money, you know, if you're buying it at a discounted rate, it's your best bang for buck wheel you're gonna get, you know. It's like, I've got another PC upstairs which I could use. I actually saw a G29 for sale somewhere. I was thinking, should I just pick up a G29 on the cheap for a second rig upstairs? But I thought, nah, that's just stupid. I'd hardly ever use it. And it'll be £100 on something that's just going to sit there. But yeah, you know, it's a good little wheel. If you're happy to splash the cash, though, if you want to spend, like yourself, if you've got a budget £700-800, absolutely something like CSL Elite. You know, that's everything you need. You got an upgrade path available. Get a decent set of pedals to start out with. I think Thrustmaster are being left behind now. Fanatec have, I would say, the best ecosystem at the moment. You know, they've got so much choice. There he is. Right then, let's make a move. Beep, beep. So yeah, Fanatec probably have the best ecosystem. And diverse setup of wheel choices. Thrustmaster, I think, have been left behind. They really need to rethink what they're doing. You know, it's... What was the last design they brought out? That PS4 blimmin' wheel, which was this ginormous hunk of something. They've brought out a few wheels, but none that I've really been overly impressed with. And again, for direct drive, Fanatec are trying to corner the market because they've got their... You know, they've got the Podium series released, you've got all their wheels which are compatible, which makes it an attractive proposition because you're buying a direct drive wheel which will work with a number of wheels from Fanatec. Yes, cost is expensive, especially when you factor in all the wheels, but it's the same for an OSW or SimiCube 1, SimiCube 2. You know, you're still spending the same amount of money, but it's probably easier to use the Fanatec in terms of connectivity. Is it any better one way or the other? Probably not. And if there is a difference, I wouldn't say there was a night and day difference. And now I'm just rabbiting on. Through the lights. Change it up a gear. Oh, we got to change corner anyway. Oop. Oh, absolutely. You know, you're obviously getting more and more into your driving or sim racing or sim driving, whatever you want to call it. You know, I did the same. I started years ago with a G, was it 27? I don't know if can't remember if I had a G25 or was it G27. I think it was the 27. So I had a G27. That was back in the PS3 days and things like that, I think it was. Then I sold that. Didn't have a wheel for a while, and then the G29 was out for a while before I picked up one of those on the cheap. Had that, started playing the driving games more and more. I decided, you know what, I want to get into it more, want a better wheel, so I went for the Thrustmaster TSPC Racer. Good wheel, good force feedback, a little bit notchy when you're doing slow turns, but if you're doing quick, like if you're doing racing, it's fine, but for Euro truckers you could feel the notchiness in the belt system. And that kind of put me off when playing Euro trucks, but that's the only time I really noticed it. Put some like Project Cars 2 on or any racing game and didn't really notice the feel of the notchiness. I believe the Fanatecs are a lot smoother. Obviously they've had longer to develop, but I don't think the motor system in Thrustmaster has been developed or moved on since those designs. Yeah, true, the Fanatec wheels do seem to hold their and Fanatec parts, you know, they are sought after, especially with sim driving racing becoming more and more popular these days. You know, if if I get the opportunity to change this, you know, would I go for Fanatec? I don't know. For a Fanatec direct drive, I'd probably wait 6 months to a year just to make sure that the build quality is there and there's no real issues, because it is a brand new wheel at the end of the day. It's a brand new motor. No one really knows how good it is. But let's assume that, okay, the Fanatec direct drive is as good as any other direct drive out there. It does make it a tempting proposition, and if I was changing and the Fanatec was known to be as good as the Simcube 2, then it would be a pretty hard choice, because knowing that you've got all those options of wheels to go with the wheel system does make it attractive. However, if the Fanatec direct drive is going to be, you know, it's a direct drive, it works, it's not as good as a Simcube 2 or even a Simcube maybe, I don't know. This was the direct competitor, to be honest. Is it really worth me changing just for the functionality of having a plug-and-play wheel? I can't see myself having like 6 or 7 wheels. You know, as I said, this wheel, this is my default wheel. I always come back to it, even though I've got a second wheel which has no button box. It's very rare I use it. And really, I don't need a GT3 wheel, but it would just be nice for immersion. And yes, I've forgotten about fuel because I've been rabbiting on so much. Keep an eye out for fuel. Oh, somebody's coming. Oh, he's slowing down, lovely. Right, I've got 117 litres. Not enough! Shit. Oh, and there's fuel that way. Oh, there's fuel coming up. We'll get there. We're good. Yeah, I've just looked at the map now. Thank God for that. If I don't make it, you're going to be pushing me, okay? I got Gareth's been farming again. He's left his tractor on the side of the road. Back it off a little bit. Fuel ahead. Pulling in on the right, just so you know. Or the left, sorry, because... oh, shit, I thought it was on the right. Oh, it's a nice big one. That'll do. Fill her up. Yeah, this one's only got a small tank, unfortunately. It's not. I'm so used to having at least like 1,400 litres, and this thing's only got like 800. Disappointing. I think we're all clear. Don't worry, we're not going to run off. Nothing wrong with a white truck. I mean, mine's white-ish. I've got a bit of a mix going on, black, red and white. Thing does pull well, I'll give it that much. 750. So what have we got? 629 miles to go. 16 hours, 29 minutes in-game. So, fueled up until the drop-off at least. Don't forget, chat is open. You're more than welcome to say hello. It's been a quiet day today, so I need you guys to pop into the chat and say hi and keep it busy. Otherwise, me and Supertards by you, we're going to be falling asleep. That's not a good thing at the wheel. What a set of corners this is. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to see if people want to do multiplayer and something else instead. And I keep on saying this, I know I got to try and get back into my iRacing multiplayer online. See if I can increase my license from a D license, because I've only just started getting into that. And I gotta do my dirt rally. Still gotta see if I can get out of the Elite series. I tell you what, that is hard. God, you guys have had a load of practice. You probably wiped the floor with me. Can't remember the last time I did a proper multiplayer in Project Cars 2. I'm still crap. Come on, all that practice you've had? Blimey, you should be lightning by now. What was that track you were practicing? How did that race go in the end? Did you get into that race? Let me slow down the speed, make it easy for you to catch up. I'll trickle along at 49. And there's another right-hander coming up. Cracky, this map is going everywhere, isn't it? Tenth out of 16th. 16, I should say. That's not bad considering. I know a lot of the guys on Mark's side were pretty quick guys. Oh crap. Cruise control is probed to 49, not 55. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't even think I would be remotely close. At the end of the day, it's not about, you know, it's nice to be the quickest guy out there, but it's just taking part and having the fun at the end of the day. And there's only one way of getting better, and that's by practice, practice, practice. Hey MJ, how you doing? Well, it's a tricky one really, because, you know, yes, okay, racing is meant to be, you know, slow in, fast out, clean racing, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how you get around that track. If you can get round and and you're not, you know, major cutting corners or anything silly like that, and it gets you the fastest time, why not? Maybe that's where things like tyre wear needs to come into play, or fuel. But it's kind of difficult with online races because you want to try and make it fun for everybody. And you don't want to make it like ultra simulation mode, because there will be those people then who have practiced that and know it inside and out, and others who know nothing and will have a hard time. So it is an awkward one. See, that's the one thing I find the biggest pain is fuel. Tyres maybe, because at least with tyres you can manage your tyres, or you don't have to, and you can come in and change your tyres 10 times on a race if you wanted to. Fuel is more awkward though, because, you know, if you start the race and you've put in the wrong amount of fuel, then that's going to put you on the back step straight away. If it was me, I would probably go with leave fuel, because then you don't really have to worry. That's one less thing to worry about. But have tyre wear. Maybe just want to amplify the tyre wear.
Charging battery.
Because otherwise, if you start doing fuel, then people will then be like, oh, but if we're going to do fuel, you'll have to manage. They'll be wanting to have setups. And where do you stop then, you know? I would probably go with tyre wear first and just put it on high. And have a session like that, see how everybody manages it. Maybe bring fuel in later as well then. Or maybe do one back-to-back, one tyre wear, one fuel wear, and see how it works out. It's awkward. Maybe do a fixed car, so you have one car, one track, one setup. Then it boils down to who's the best driver. Because let's say you did a Clio Cup race, right? Brands Hatch, Clio Cup. Everybody uses the same setup, whether it's a pre-configured setup by somebody, or it's a fixed setup from the game itself. Exactly. So if everybody's doing the same car, same setup, same tyres, same fuel, it's going to boil down to skill. You know, whoever can eke the most out of that car is going to move up the field. A little bit of luck, obviously, with maybe 20 people driving. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Don't know if I've hit this route before, to be honest, or not. I don't think I have. Probably have, though. I've done so many roads. He's a big guy. And his Mercedes. Oh, look out. Oh, where you going, matey? There's always one. Russian drivers. Just mad driver. So what are we on? 12 hours, 6 remaining? 444. 444? Yeah, 440 miles, I should say. 650 litres in the tank. And it's all good. Damage. We've got 3% damage to the truck. Don't know where that came from. Oops. Got a little bit of flicker on the left-hand screen. Don't know what that's from. Oh, I see. Oh, that's crazy. So if you turn the... Nah, that can't be right, can it? So I've got, I think, reflections on max. And I think my left window is reflecting the trees from the right-hand side. I was like, well, that doesn't look right, but I can make out tree images. I think that's rather a high level of reflection. I don't even think I'd noticed that in real life. Yeah, it was weird. Because there's no tree there. But I'm seeing an outline of a tree, but it's reflecting what's on the right hand side in the left hand window. Good man, gotta have the triples. I'm glad I did the move to triples. You know, I was driving on a 1440p 16:9 monitor to begin with. Then I upgraded to the 1080p 21:9 34-inch screen that I've got there in front of me now. And then I bought another two and thought, well, do I change to 16:9 triples? Do 1440p, or do I stick with 1080 but do triple ultra wides? And I was like, meh. Cost-wise, it's going to work out pretty much the same, because I was thinking of going for an expensive monitor. So I was like, but it's going to be easier just buying two monitors than it is selling one and buying three. So, yeah. That's when I went for the ultra-wides. However, if I was upgrading these, I would probably go for 16:9 1440p. But I know performance is going to go down by doing that, because 1440p is just going to be harder to drive on triples. But I say, I'm not noticing, playing games on these monitors, I don't see the lower resolution at all. On max detail, it looks as crisp as the next screen, you know? IPS screens, you know what, I can't get away from IPS screens. You know, there is no single monitor technology that has got it sorted. You know, you got TN, great for fast action games, great for fast response, however, its color reproduction is poor. However, they are getting better. The Dell TN screen is pretty good. Angles aren't very good. Then you've got VA panels. Again, response times, especially with black, isn't brilliant. Suffers from black crush, if you've got a badly designed VA panel. I did buy a Samsung VA panel once upon a time, ultra-wide one. That gave me headaches within 10 minutes of use. Not convinced with VA at all. You've got to find a really good panel. The only ones that I tend to go for are IPS panels. Color reproduction, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Blacks, not the best blacks. VA were better with blacks. Response times, probably better than VA most of the time. Not as good as TN. I think IPS are probably the best middle ground monitor to go for. Because the one thing I am critical on is image quality. I want the screen to look nice, and I want the colours to pop and you know, be right. I don't want to have colours that are just washed out. So that's why I went for IPS, and I think all my monitors, the one up above is an IPS, all through here, the Dell monitor I've got upstairs, that's an IPS. I just can't get away from them. I've tried, as I say, I tried that Samsung VA, and I think it was here for a day and I sent it back because I just couldn't read text. I literally was having headaches after turning it on after 10 minutes. Whether it was a faulty monitor or not, I don't know, but it wasn't a good experience. I've had TN monitors before, but that was years ago, when I was still really learning about PCs, to be honest. So what screens do you have now? It may have been. Nah, I mean, don't get us wrong, there are some nice VA panels out there, but I think you've got to spend your money. See, this is why I buy a lot of my screens online. So much easier to return. Yeah, this is why I wouldn't buy from PC World. But if you buy online, you just return back online rather than going into a shop. You know, if you're gonna buy a monitor but you're unsure, I would say get it from Amazon. Usually 9 times out of 10, price wise, it's very similar to your local shop, if not better. But the return is so much easier with the likes of Amazon. My main company that I tend to buy from is overclockers.co.uk. Smashing service there. Always. This is where I got these 3 monitors from. Actually, I think most of my hardware comes from there. Novatech I've used, but that's mainly for like graphics hardware or cases as Novatech. They normally do good monitors. Some good pro stuff with them. And 25 inch is good. What you really want to do is make sure they're mounted as close to the back of your wheel as you can. The one thing I did recently was move these monitors closer. Literally now it's, you know, that's my steering wheel, my finger. You know, if I do the L shape, my finger can touch the screen and my thumb is touching the wheel. You know, the in there is touching the wheel, so, you know, we're talking what? 3 inch? 4 inches to play with. I'm waiting for an extender to move the wheel slightly further again, because I want to try and play with positioning. I think I may leave it where it is, to be honest. The extender's only going to cost me like 12 quid. But we'll see. I want to be able to try like an inch closer just to see what it feels like. Crikey, I don't even know what mine is to monitor. I've never really measured it. I should do. But yeah, the closer you can get it to the back of the wheel itself, that's the biggest change I've done recently, and it's a hell of a difference. It does make it way more immersive. I used to have it where it was behind the wheelbase, so I'm glad I moved it. Right, where are we? 8 hours and 18. Yeah, forget the reds. Oh yeah. Space is a thing for me too. Trust me, I didn't really plan going for triples. So let's just say I had an idea and I thought, yeah, let's do triple screens, let's do triple ultra wides because I can't be bothered to change the monitors, blah blah blah. And I had a quick measure, and in the back of my head I was thinking, yeah, it'll fit easy. Because I thought, right, what do? Do I move the rig upstairs, make room up there? And I thought, nah, there's not really enough room in the bedroom upstairs. So I thought, there's room at the back of the living room. There's a nice little corner. It should all fit nicely up against the wall a certain way. Of course, I get it all connected up, monitor stand built, put it in. And I'm like, yeah. So it fits into the gap widthways, but it's so big, it extends out of the gap and sticks into the room so far. And I was like, yeah, it can't go in like that because that just looks stupid. So I've had to kind of put it at an angle in the corner so it's not sticking out and looking like a sore thumb in the back of the room, you know? It's not so bad now, but yeah, I didn't really do my my working out. Ultra wide monitors, triple. Yeah, they're kind of really wide when you got 3 of them. Oh, we're catching some dude up with a huge yacht. And he's driving in the middle of the road. Thanks, buddy. Beep the horn. I'm kind of hoping he's turning off. Yes, he is. Oh, well, he was indicating to turn off. Ah, that's annoying. He's put his foot down now. Oh, he's gonna crash, isn't he? No, he's lagging though. I'm gonna back off here a bit. Sorry, but he was lagging so bad. As he does the maneuver to avoid. Right, let's see if we can catch him, but I think he's put his foot down. Oh man, he's pingers all over the shop. He's like 200 ping. He's like, what? 207. No, he's not. He's dropped down. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. 115 now. He's calmed down. Right, is he going to go straight on or is he turning? Don't turn. Now he's turning. Great. So in 116 milliseconds. Thank God for that. He's gone. Yeah! Whoa! Jesus Christ! My retarder decided to step the truck out. Wasn't expecting that then. That's an extra bit of damage for me. Yeah, he was motoring with that thing on the back. I was wondering when he was going to crash. That's why I was trying to hang back. And then when he was getting the lag spikes, I was like, whoa, I'm not going near that thing because I don't know how slow he's going to go. At one point, I did get a little close. He went off the road. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, I was doing 55. If he was doing 55 with that thing behind him going down that hill, yeah, he was going to go off. There was no way he was getting around that corner. Whoops. Oh, that didn't go in gear properly. This is a nice looking area. I like it. Oh god, hiccups. Terrible. clutch is not working today. Don't forget, guys, if you enjoy what you see, if you like the view, then please consider leaving a like. It always does help the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel and get more support if possible, but it's very hard these days. There's a lot of people streaming, so... We got a little crossing to do, have we? I didn't realise that. Ah yes, I remember now at the very end, wouldn't I? Get off indicator. Straight down, is it? I think so. And at the old ferry. Slow that down a little bit. Bada boom. And we go across, and I can't see the button. There. We're going this way. Another 3 hours and 44. I do like the new harbour design they've got. That looks really cool with all those buildings being done as well. The only problem with multiplayer is just like a ghost town. Put them in clutch. Oh yeah. All the new areas now. I think that's why they're revisiting the older areas, because they know themselves they've done a lot more work. And the old areas are no longer up to scratch. Oh god, wrong gear completely. Graveyard. Rest in peace. And a random bus. Okay. Guess that never moves. That should make a nice view. Check that out. Wow. That looks really good. Well, go on Euro 2 server with all the cars. You know, if there wasn't a bunch of nutters on that server in cars all day long, it would be tempting to, but there's too many silly people on there. Kind of puts me off it. Oh god, no thanks. I try and steer clear of the French ports. Once in a blue moon I should say, we travel that way, or I travel that way. 119 miles remaining, 2 hours 47 and, well, 458 litres on board, so that's good. Yeah, it's the, I would give it a try of the ATS yesterday. You know, it looks nice. I don't know how much better it's going to be in terms of performance, but it gives them a lot more scope to do more with the game. I think more than anything, it will just allow them to eke out a little bit more. Yeah. The problem is when you do DirectX 11 in the config, the what you call it, the VSync doesn't work correctly in full screen mode, so it kind of sucked in that respect. But it gave you a good idea. It played alright for what it was. My had a bit of screen tearing because of VSync wasn't operating properly, and I couldn't get the frames per second sorted. But it didn't stop me playing the game. It was still playable. Hopefully they'll have the coding of the DX11 put in nicely, and hopefully we'll all see a little benefit to the frames per second, but I don't think it's gonna be like an extra 20 frames or something silly. Hello the demons. Yeah, absolutely, the scaling, I did 400 on mine as well. However, I couldn't monitor the frames per second, so I didn't know how low it was dipping at times, so don't know if I'd be running it there. You know, to be honest, there isn't a huge difference. If you put 200 and 400 scaling, there isn't a huge difference. Personally, I would... Okay, I'll slow down. Personally, I wouldn't be running the anti-aliasing because I find that makes it too blurry. You crashed? You mean the PC crashed, or did you physically crash? You went over. Oh my god. Hey, what are you gonna do? Can you get it moving again, or? See, you should have just plugged the headphones in. It would have been easier. I'm gonna have to get around this bend now, just in case somebody comes along. Next spanner will probably be the parking one. Nah, it's alright, don't worry. Where's that put you then? How far from the destination? Is it pretty much at the destination? We're only 1 hour 42 away. Even though I do my own, you know, VTC checks and everything like that, I don't take multiplayer seriously. You know, if I crash, I crash. It's not going to bother me. Handbrake. If anybody's after a handbrake, totally recommend the Heusinkveld handbrake. It's absolutely awesome. Load cell handbrake's brilliant. Feels so good. That's the thing, mind. You'll have to get yourself the Fanatec handbrake now as well. That's another 100 odd quid. I do think their shifter is expensive for what it is, though. Was it like 250 quid or something stupid? It's like, what? Well, I double checked if I was turning. Well, you know, you were risking it, typing and driving. That's what happens when you do the old text and drive. See, living proof. It's a bad thing. Ah, it's 22 minutes away now. Clutch. Kotka. Don't you change. Where the hell did it put you? Because it's not here. Clearly you're not where I am. Unless you logged out, I don't know. Right, where... Oh, it's one of these where you got to park it in between these bloody things. Where is it? Oh, it's by there. We'll go there. I didn't even see a red spanner where I am. I'll have another look. Maybe I missed it. Let me drop this off. Hold on. That's not my trailer, is it? I keep forgetting. Let's have a look at the map. I'm guessing you're over here then, are you? That's where the garage is, up there. Ah, that's where you are. I'm all the way down there. That's why I didn't see you, because it didn't even come up on the map. Let's have a look. What's the time as well? It's 22:50. Do a quick job, I think. Not so much long, but we'll have a look. Let's have a look what's around first. A little short. Don't know if I want to go back down the way I came. Oh crap. Oh shit, I double clicked. Have a look for oil to Gothenburg in Sweden, I believe. Because I've double clicked on that one. Oh look, the pickup's right around the corner from me at NS Oil. I knew you'd say that. Crap. Or Gothenburg. Why is it put it in a different language there then? That's weird. Don't read it there in future. Anyhow, well, let's cancel that. We'll have another look. Map. Oh shit. You can do it from there. Right, don't double click everything under the sun. Well, that might work. Got an 18-hour drive, which shouldn't take that long because there's a ferry in between to Linkoping. Got a digger. Ooh, digger. Now, come on, grab a track. See this now. It's up to you. You make a choice. If you want to drive, drive. If you want to chat, chat. Seeing as everybody is being rather quiet today and you're the only one chatting, it's up to you. I just hit the camera with my head. Ow! I'll move it that way a little bit. Okay. Hey, Equalizer, how you doing? Let me have a look what else is there. Alright, and begin delivery. Proceed to loading area. That'll do. Well, I don't know, he did pretty much the whole journey and then crashed towards the end. He didn't do that bad. "25 minutes to get the job, and I need to get fuel as well because I'm running low." Shouldn't take long to get there with no trailer on the back. Whoa, back end stepped out. That was close. Gotta watch this thing on the brakes. Crazy. I thought the Scania was bad. That worked. Caught it for that one. That'll do. Just gotta get the clutch right and I'll be fine. I so can't see where I'm coming out or not. Can't see shit. Let's put it back, shall we? We gotta stop for fuel. Fuel is by here. that's pretty much filled up for the job. Didn't change in the 9th. Hello there, Ofki. How you doing? I'm doing very good, thank you very much. We're having a chilled multiplayer stream. Supertards was with us, but he decided to crash out. So I'm just going to do this last job on my own, I think, and we'll finish up for the night. But we got a 17-hour drive ahead of us. We're all fueled up. We've got 502 miles to cover. Equalizer, what wheel have you got, sorry? Might be because mine is special. No, it's not. TMX Thrustmaster. I'll pull over now, hold on. Let me find an area where I can pull over out of the way just in case somebody randomly comes along, which is always the case. Hold on. Turning here. I'll stop on the hard shoulder down here now. Yeah, I think it's engine vibration it's classed as. But if you go into options and then you do... It's not gameplay, is it? I can't remember. No, it's not. It's controls. So you got your gain, stiffness, centering. Then you want to look at your engine, and it's only a small amount. Certainly does, but you should be able to get the same effect because it's engine vibration that you're getting, and then you want to look at your terrain vibration as well. So when you go over rough terrain, you get feedback coming through at that point as well. Otherwise, you won't get too much of anything else coming through. But I put a little bit of engine vibration in because, well, I just want to feel a little something when I'm driving. Otherwise, it's a very bland game when it comes to feedback off the wheel, you know. And, you know, it's a truck, so I've got it set with some stiffness as well. So, you know, it takes a little bit of pressure to get the wheel round, you know. It's not as fast as if I was driving a car. I mean, I've never driven a truck. It may be really light to turn, I don't know. But yeah, look at engine feedback and turn that up until you get the right amount for yourself. Go off key on another convoy. What you want, an ATS again? Well, you'll have a better idea of how a truck would handle than what I do. I mean, I normally, you know, for cars, I usually set my wheel up as per my real-life car. You know, it's quite easy to turn, you know, it's quite light. You can move the wheel with, you know, just your fingertips. You know, other cars are going to be different. Some will have no power steering, so it will be harder to move. You know, this is a truck, should have power steering as well, but I just imagine it to be heavier than a car. Might have been some time ago then, Supertard, yeah? The way I look at it is I'm driving a big lumbering truck. I want the wheel to feel... I mean, it is quite light, you know? You can still move it easy, you know? But I can just about feel that, you know, the vibration I've got, there's nothing major. It's engine vibration, it's really slight. The faster you get, the more you feel, but it's not overpowering, shall we say. So don't go crazy with the engine vibration, otherwise it's just going to come across as really unnatural. Hey Ashton, how you doing? Yes, you're right, long time no see. How you doing? Second one today? Well, you did say you were starting to enjoy it more. And you didn't join my convoy. Oh, I'm disappointed now. Well, that's one way of learning to drive. Yeah, all good, thanks, Ashton. What about you then? What have you been up to? What's been keeping you so busy, hey? Yes, off-key. Multiplayer every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, multiplayer for Euro Truck. Without fail. Even if it means I'm driving on my own. Let me get my violin out. Whoa. We just say you had ditch finders on the wheels. The tyres were terrible. You did indeed. Thank you very much for joining, Supertards. Who knows, maybe you'll join again. Yeah, next one we'll have to do a race. Maybe I'll do, I don't know. I was thinking of maybe doing like a race room, but you've got to like have a server all set up for that. Project Cars is nice because it's nothing crazy. You can just go into the game and launch a multiplayer from there, which is great. I'll have to look into the other games. It'd be nice to do something a little bit different. Can you do, never looked into race room and servers. Is that something where you can just set up off a PC, or do you need to buy a server or something? Ah, the revision starts. Dun dun dun. Yeah, you got to put your time in. Manage your time properly. Steam does a server setup and tools. What, for race room, yeah? I'll have a look into that. I mean, I've got my PC upstairs, I can always do a server off the back of that, I guess. That saves this PC running the server. Thinking. I don't know if I'd want to do teams. I'd just rather have everybody a free-for-all. One against one, so to speak. Well, not one against one, but, you know. Say you have like 10 people racing around a track and it's, you know, just 10 people having a race.
Charging battery.
Or maybe do something like, maybe you could split them into two, pair up, and do it like a proper team races where they can pick the car colours. See, that's an interesting idea. But it will have to be some kind of lucky dip rather than people just pair up, or otherwise you'll have the fastest racers pairing up with the fastest racers and they're gone. Or maybe do it the faster racer with the slower, so you have a time session and you say, right, whoever's in first goes with last, whoever's in second, you know, and then say, right, let's race like that and see how you get on. And your points is based on the team rather than the individual.
Charging battery.
That could be interesting.
Charge complete.
Then you have team colours or team designs on the cars. Yeah, kind of F1 style. I'll have a look into the race room server. It'd be nice to have something different. See if I can sort something out. As I say, I've had race room for a long time. I've just barely played it, and you know, I've got the majority of the game, bar the new stuff that I've released recently. Oh, you know what? Race Room I would actually recommend to get. It's one you got to get, to be honest. Oh, the base game's okay. It's very limited. Start saving. Black Friday will be coming up, and pick it up on a Black Friday because that's the best time to buy. It's what I did. I ended up buying the full lot for about 40 quid. Plus they got sim racing systems in there as well, so if you want to do events, you know, there's stuff like that there as well to do. Problem is, there's so many games out there. You know, you can do multiplayer project cars, you could do Assetto Corsa, you could do Race Room, you could do an F1 session, and I don't know how good it is. I know you can do multiplayer in F1, but I don't know if you can create a server and have people join. I've never tried. I'll have to look into that, actually. I'm no good at F1 2018. F1 2019's coming out. Tying with the idea of picking that up, but I barely played F1 2018, so I'm not so sure. We'll see. If the graphics are as good as they look, might be worth picking up. Maybe I need to look at the multiplayer in Dirt Rally as well, to be honest. I'm sure I'm going to be way off the mark when it comes to Rallycross and Dirt Rally. When I first tried that, the people were already lightning fast around it. But I gotta admit, that event in Race Room with that electric car, that was good fun. You know, yes, it was you against the ghost, but it was actually nice to get into the game and actually drive in the game, and it felt really good. Gotta watch out for the trees, absolutely. They jump out all the time. They're not trees, they're really triffids, because they're moving around. I wonder how many people know of triffids. I had a friend so good about triffid. It was awesome. That didn't go in gear. Try again. I was too busy going with gears and I went down the wrong way. Never mind. Nothing to see here. I'm guessing you didn't manage to better your time then. Have you sorted yourself out a wheel yet? Because you said your wheel broke. Going this way, I believe. He's Mr. Grumpy now. It's spun like a mofo. And that is the most annoying thing about that track, you know. You're looking at a 6-7 minute track depending on your car. And you do all that hard work just to get it all crapped out at the last 30 seconds. And you're like, no, it's 6 minutes down the pan and I gotta do it again. And you're not gonna get your life back. And then you do it again and you spin off at a different corner. It's like, but I got it right last time. It's a really good feeling though when you nail the lap and you've improved your time, because it's such a long lap. It's very rewarding in that respect. It's just a royal pain when you keep messing it up lap after lap. I did the same. Don't know how many laps I did, and then all of a sudden you improve and then you're back in the same boat again because you're trying to better that lap, and that's another 20 laps before you improve again, you know? And at 6 minutes a pop, it's a long time. Yeah, super tards. If you've got the room on the hard drive, just download the base game so you can at least try it out. That's what I did. I tried it out and I thought, you know what? I like what I see. Fancy getting into it. Did some reading up and found out that they do Black Friday sales, and just waited for a Black Friday sale and put some money aside for it and bought it. It was great. Oh, you got the base game, yeah? There we are. At least then you get to try it out. Oh, I mean, you know, a 6:14, 6:16, that's still a quick time. I mean, it's crazy when you think the fastest guys out there, they got something like 5:55. It's like, what? I mean, when I got to 6:10, that was a struggle to get it faster then. I ended up on a 6:8, but I decided, yeah, I'm just going to knock it on the head, otherwise I'll just be stuck on that game forever. I may have another bash, but don't think it'll be anytime soon. Down to a 52 now, is it? Well, I haven't looked at it for a while, the list. I mean, the last time I looked at it, I was positioned, what, 420? I'm probably over 500 now. People are still trying to nail the lap, so your lap is going to change. Yeah, just wait for the Black Friday sale then. That's what I would do. I don't think there's any other sale they do. And remember, you've got to buy they do the VP points or something. But I think it works out cheaper if you buy, when it comes to Black Friday, on the day, buy the points from the race room store, I think it is, .com. And then you transfer it over to the race room and then buy within the game itself, and it works out slightly cheaper. He's not giving up. I expect to see you at number 1 then, if you're not going to give up. 25 weeks should be plenty of time. Yeah, it should be a summer sale, but I just don't know whether they discount race room. Just have to wait and see. They did they have? To be honest, it's not something I really paid attention to, because when I was ready to buy, it was pretty much Black Friday, so that's when I did my homework, to be honest. Early November, I was like, oh, Black Friday's coming up, I'll buy it then. Same with iRacing, I think. I bought like the starter pack with iRacing just to try for the year. I don't know if I'll be renewing it, but to be honest, I never paid attention to those adverts. I didn't even know they did those leaderboard stuff. I was like, oh, what's this then? People seem to be playing this race room thing. And I looked at it, I was like, oh look, there's like a challenge thing you can do. I didn't even realise you could do all of that. See, you live and learn. Yeah, if it's not on sale, it is expensive. It is about 80 odd quid if I remember correctly. Which is why I was chuffed when I worked it out that Black Friday worked out about 40. I think it was something like 44 quid for the whole lot. So that was everything up to date back in November. So anything released from November would be purchased on top now. But to be honest, that's pretty much all the tracks. I think I'm missing one one track I should say, in about, what, 6 cars maybe? Nothing that I'm really worried about, and if I really want them I can just add them on at £3 a pop, so it's not really too bad. But I may just wait and see what's released between now and November, and anything good I may just get some more points in November and buy the remainder. Hey Hamster, how you doing? Mr. Lurker is back. Yeah, some are more expensive than others. I'm glad I got that pack. Saved me a bit of money. What's the premium pack? Oh, look out. Put the slashes in to stop the message coming through for Hamster, I think. Yeah, this is why you don't buy through Steam. 118 quid is just crazy! Oh, look, there's a story here. Stuff sorted today. Look out. Oh, you know what? I recommend anybody just buying the sales. I pretty much wait for the sales and purchase. Come on, mister, you can get by. He had the wrong bulb. Nah, he was fine. There's a few guys, you see them driving, they're all like from one side of the road to the next, and you're like, what the hell are you doing, mate? Can't you just keep it in a straight line or what? There's probably some keyboard warrior somewhere. Say no more. Oh, just get the lot. I think what you need to do is look at the tracks and find out how much that's going to cost you, because if it's going to cost you like 20 odd, 30 odd quid, you might as well just get the premium pack for like 40 odd quid and just be done with it. At least it gives you the flexibility to go into any race then. But if you're only going to be spending like, I don't know, a tenner, then fair enough. Ooh, look at that for a sunset. That is bright. Got new road building as well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, see, at that price, I think you can, if you wait for like a Black Friday sale, I think for about 44, maybe £47 tops, you're pretty much buying the game in full. Great. Who puts a signpost smack bang in the middle? That's just stupid. And I didn't drop it right. I just realized I rolled it back a little bit and didn't realize it's not in the market. Crap. Gotta pick it back up. Come on. I think it's on now. That's better. Let's nip round to the repair centre, I think. And we're in. What's with this lack of sleep then, eh? I know what it is. He's too busy dreaming about the perfect lap. In that electric car. I can't sleep until I get the perfect lap. Till 3 or 4 a.m. What? Are you just like crazy? Right, so let's quit out of that for me. I'm gonna have a quick look. Where did you say this thing was? Look now? Race room, you said. So tools. Let's have a look at that a second. When this game actually wants to quit out, there we go. Right, get rid of that. So we've done a few miles. That's nice, lovely jubbly. Yes, I want to quit. Thank you very much. So we do tools. Oh, race room, dedicated server. What do you know? Preparing. I'll download it on this PC and I'll download it on the PC upstairs as well, so then I can mess around with the configuration. So what do we do? Games. Do you run it through the game itself, or do you just go into that once you've installed it, you open it from the tools folder? Port forward's easy. I do that all day, so that's no issue. As long as you know the port numbers, I can have that done and dusted in, what, 2 minutes? Is there a setup page to look at for that? And if so, does somebody have one? Alright, then. So I'll look into that, then I'll get it downloaded, because I think if I end up running a server off that, I'll do it off the PC upstairs, because it keeps the gaming PC free, the rig then free, to be honest. And I can remote connect to the PC upstairs and open and close that as I see fit. There we are, then, so that gives us an idea there. So the plan is maybe look at doing a race room day, even if it's just to mess around and practice on for a time being. I don't know. I look at project cars, because that is easy to jump into and set up. I haven't run a multiplayer option on there for a while. I need to see how well that performs. Same with race room, I'll need to see how that performs. Because if it's going to struggle, then it's going to be awkward. Right, and so what we'll do, we'll leave that there then. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll investigate race room and other options, and if there is any updates with regards to that, I'll post it into the Discord. So if anybody's interested, join the Discord and we'll be updating that. So thanks for joining me, Supertad. Hopefully we'll see you in another one. And everybody else, thanks for joining in and chatting away. You know who you are. And as usual, I'll see you in the next stream tomorrow. Take care and bye for now.